What does a war thousands of kilometers away between the United States, Israel and Iran have to do with the price of fuel in Nigeria? Why is petrol becoming more expensive even though Africa's largest refinery, the Dangote Refinery, is already operating? Well, to understand this mystery, we must look at one of the most powerful choke points in the global economy, the Strait of Hormuz. Between Iran and Oman lies a narrow waterway only about 33 kilometers wide known as the Strait of Hormuz. Despite its size, it carries around 20% of the world's oil supply every day. Nearly 1 out of every 5 barrels of oil consumed globally passes through this narrow corridor. Countries that depend on this route include Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Iraq, and Qatar. When this passage is disrupted, the entire global economy feels the shock. Recent tensions escalated when military actions and retaliations raises fears of disruptions to shipping through the Persian Gulf. As the conflict intensified, markets began asking a dangerous question. What happens if the Strait of Hormuz closes? Even the possibility triggered fear across global energy markets, pushing oil prices sharply upward. Oil is the foundation of the modern economy. When oil prices rise, transportation becomes more expensive, electricity generation costs increase, manufacturing costs rise, and food prices follow. This triggers global inflation and slows economic growth. Governments often release strategic oil reserves to stabilize markets, but these measures only buy time. Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producer and now hosts the massive Dangote Refinery. Yet, petrol prices can still rise. That is because Nigeria now operates a market-driven pricing system where domestic fuel prices are linked to global crude oil prices. When crude becomes expensive globally, refining costs increase everywhere, including in Nigeria. First, crude oil used by refineries is still priced on the international market. Second, refineries sometimes source crude from multiple global suppliers. Third, fuel prices depend on exchange rates, shipping costs, and distribution expenses. These factors mean that even local refining cannot fully isolate Nigeria from global oil market shocks. Nigeria does not export its crude through the Strait of Hormuz. However, oil prices are set globally. When supply fears emerge in the Middle East, prices rise everywhere. This global pricing system means geopolitical tensions thousands of kilometers away can still affect Nigeria's economy. The Strait of Hormuz may appear as a narrow stretch of water on the map, but it holds one of the most powerful economic levers on Earth. As tensions between major powers rise, the world is reminded that geopolitics can directly influence the price of fuel in your car, even in Nigeria. Frank Adams, Eagles TV.